Boy Trez with me today, J Ferg.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up, bro? How you been?
Been good, man. You know, it's been a smooth week so far. Everything's going good. Can't complain.
All right. Last week, we starting the NFL season with the AFC North. So this week we're going to do the NFC South. Before we get to that, we're going to have a little bit NBA real quick. Last week we ended up having a 3-team trade. DeMar DeRozan leaving the Bulls, go to the Kings. And it was, like I said, it was a three-team trade. So the Kings get DeMar DeRozan, then the Spurs was involved to get Harrison Barnes, and then the Bulls received Chris. I don't know who the fuck that is. Chris Duarte. That's how you know he's probably.
Duarte.
Yeah,
he's a guard, I think.
And two second-round picks. DeMar ended up signing a 3-year, $74 million three contract. So now he's going to Sacktown, man. A lot of people thought that he was probably going to L.A. He's from that area, right? But he ended up going to the Kings. So now it's him, Fox, Murray, Sabonis. That's a Herder, Malik Monk. I think that's a pretty good well team. What's your thoughts on that trade, man?
This trouble. Oh man, good trouble for them. That's gonna be some good trouble, man. You want to talk about some fast breaks and some good beautiful basketball, man. I think DeMar's gonna be happy with this squad, man. He's gonna have a good scrappy team to play with, and him playing with Sabonis, I think that's gonna be crazy. Let alone just them two. Then you add Fox in there, bro. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can really put him in a better situation than this. They could potentially be contending for I say a mid-level playoff spot at this point, depending on how they gel together. I think they're going to let him rock at certain points in times, based off how he usually plays, his mid-range game, So I think it'll be a good, I say trio. You can't even say trios. They kind of got a squad.
They got a squad.
Yeah. They got a squad. So that's crazy. That's super crazy. And then he decided, extend. So he's saying that he's down for it, bro. Like he's ready. He wants to put in the work with them. He trusts them.
What will you give this grade? Like from A through F. What's the grade you give this signing?
I think, as far as all three teams, I'll give them all I'll say an A. I don't see really much wrong with the trade, in my opinion. Spurs got, a good piece. Kings got the star. And then, you have the last piece there, in which they got extra along with the player, like picks. So, I think it's good. I think it's pretty good. Not too much, not too little. It's pretty balanced for the most part, based on what you're getting, what you're giving. It's cool.
I like it. I for sure do. We know what the Kings' offense is kind of is, fast breaks. Obviously, they run their offense through Sabonis. Led a team in assists. Led the team in assists. I think it'll give them a lot of options. Obviously, they got Kevin Herter, with his 3-point ability. Malik Monk as well, his scoring ability. He missed a bit. He missed the last 10 games of the year, or I forgot what it was, to where they were in the top 6. I want to say, and he got hurt, and then they kind of fucked him up to where they just were just a play-in team.
Right.
De'Aaron Fox is getting better and better each year. Now, I think that with him having DeMar he'll probably it might be his points may go down a couple because DeMar is a mid-range type of guy, so he'll need that space. I like this. I think this could be good for Keegan as well, to where all the attention could be on Aaron. De'Aaron, all the attention could be on Demar. All the attention, some not all, but some of the attention gonna be on Aaron. Some of the attention gonna be on Sabonis, and some gonna be on Kevin. And then how they put the rotation is Malik is in on the court as well. I think King for sure needs to he needs to get better, bro. He's probably the youngest one on the team, right? He needs to shoot the 3-point ball a little bit better. He dropped from his rookie year. He shot 41% and then dropped down to 35.8 this year.
Damn.
So I need his shit to go up. His points went up by 3. It's cool. But I need for him to have that confidence in him. I need for him to be that young guy that Mike Brown been trying to get him to be. I think if he can develop into a very good player, then the Kings is a very good team to watch.
Right.
Sabonis gonna be Sabonis. He gonna be a double machine. I would like Sabonis to get better on the defensive end, and then now if he gets better on the defensive end, now I said the Western Conference is in trouble. I ain't said the league, but just the Western Conference itself. I think they can win their division. I mean, it's them. You know, you got the Clippers, the Lakers, Suns, and the Warriors. Depending on how you say it, I think with this trade, man, or with this, I think that the Kings is the second best team in that division. It's no knock off the Steph. I mean, I think Steph is probably the best player in that division. But yeah, I said it. But I think they should definitely be one of the two teams who they'll probably be in the run to win the division. I think they should be a top 6 team, depending on how you want to do it. Also, you got the Mavericks. They got better. The Nuggets. You got the T-Wolves. I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers are going to slip down, but I think that was an opportunity for like Memphis to get up there because when Ja comes back, I think Memphis is gonna be right back up there, and they just drafted Zach Edey. So depending on how they want to do their front court with Triple J, Brandon Clark coming back. I think he had that Achilles injury. I want to say is it that or the ACL? Then you add Zach, and then also you get a second season with Marcus Smart. Then hopefully, with Desmond Bane, he a 3-and-D guy. Yep. So I think that's going to be a lot of the Western Conference is definitely stacked. The Suns,
right?
Also, you can never count them out, but also we all kind of know how the Suns is. They really ain't got no depth. All this is basically just KD and Book,
top heavy.
That's pretty much it. I feel I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, the Lakers. And the Lakers are always going to be in there. I don't think the Lakers are a top 6 team, but they potentially can be. Then you got the Pelicans. You don't know what they're going to do with Brandon Ingram, but I think if they do end up training Brandon Ingram, then obviously we all know that the team is going to be run by, going to go through Zion, and then with that trade of them getting Murray. So we'll see how that goes. The Warriors, them was clear. And it's not a big of a deal, but it's a big deal. So now we don't have to teams that can actually kind of like maybe not say double team stuff, but definitely keep a close eye on Steph. But the greatest thing that Steph does is him be able to move around, bro, off the ball and getting open. So
they got Buddy Hield, I think.
Yeah,
you can't double team so close.
Yeah, but the thing is, when Buddy Hield was with us, he didn't really do too much. I don't know if that was because he didn't feel right being with 76ers or whatever how he want to do it. But he didn't score his first points in the playoffs till like game 3. So that's not that. So I don't know what was going on. His confidence must have been shot or something. So
that and probably play type. He didn't really fit you guys as play type.
And well, so for one, I didn't like him come off the bench. I felt like he should have started. I think he should have been him at the 2. Should have been him, Maxey. I think it was Oubre, Tobias, and Joel. Yeah. I think that should have been the starting 5. I can't remember if he started it, but I didn't like Kyle Lowry in the backcourt with Maxey. I mean, I get it. You want some playoff experience, a veteran that done it and did that, but I just didn't. I didn't like it.
It didn't fit.
It didn't. It's just
you got a slow guard and like a damn cheetah. As
I know,
guard,
bro. That shit. It didn't look right. So I don't know what Nick Nurse was doing with that. But hopefully, him going to the Warriors can help him out. I mean, he's number 3 since he's been in the league. He has the third most. No, I'm lying. He has the second most 3 points shots made. So since he's been in the league, so I think it's him. It's Steph is one, him, and then Clay. You can put the Spurs in there. Maybe it's the second year for Wemby. So now then he gets CP3 as his mentor, as a teammate. So and then they against Stephen Castle. So we'll see how they going.
And then adding Harrison.
Houston can be up there. They were just a few games away of just being the play-in. So I think with the West, bro, I think there's probably like 12 teams, 13 teams. I think the only 2 teams. Obviously, we know the only 2 teams on the West is probably not gonna be good. It's the Jazz and the Portland.
Trash.
Yeah, so. But I give for the Kings. I get this grade I get this a B plus.
What's it missing?
It's on paper it looks good, but you got to see how it looks. Yeah. Once you start seeing the playing style, how they play, and they do it, then I'll give it another grade. But right now it's a B plus only because DeMar DeRozan doesn't shoot the ball for the 3-point line. Yeah. But he is a scorer, so that's probably all they needed. And then they probably didn't get better defensively. So yeah, I get this a B plus for sure.
True. Okay.
What the Bulls, right? This is gonna be the last topic, right? Mm-hmm. So they still have Zach LaVine over there. You still got Nikola Vucevic over there. Kobe White had a career year last year.
Tough.
And then they end up trading Alex Caruso to OKC, so they end up getting Josh Giddey. And also you have Patrick Williams. Just by looking at, and also you don't know when Alonzo Ball is coming back, but he's looking healthy. So we'll play, play that day by day. Do you think it's grand time for the Bulls to go ahead and blow this shit up?
No better time than this. It's no better time. You get rid of Zach now. I would say get some picks, man. At this point, just let your young guys take over, man. Kobe's looking promising. You got Josh Giddey. We know he can ball. Mm-hmm. Let's say he gets in this situation. This might be better for him. He might be able to spread his wings a little bit more. Who else? You got Patrick Williams. He's a good 4. He's a decent 4 guy. He's a more of, I don't want to say like a. He doesn't play like an old head, like per se, like a older 2000s player, but he's got more like a experienced game.
Yeah.
To him. So, who else? You got Vucevic.
Going to his 5th year, so
I don't. They just might as well blow it up. They don't really have many, if any, superstar
they ain't
pieces.
got no assets for real.
Yeah. So just go ahead and start from scratch. Just keep Kobe. You already resigned Patrick, so you got to keep him. Nikola, I don't know what y'all plan to do with him, honestly. I guess you could try to look for other options if you want to go younger. I wouldn't be against it. But what would you get back is the thing. We just test it out. Lonzo, I have no idea what you do with him at this point. You keep waiting, and then he comes back and he ends up not being the same. Then you just kind of waited all that long time for no reason. Or let's say he does come back, he plays amazing. Somebody will have to take a step down. You're going to stop somebody's development, which it may be Kobe White, unless you shift him to the 2. But I don't know how that will work. Because Kobe, he's got to have the ball in his hand. So it's the same with Lonzo. So I don't know how that will work. So it's y'all just got a lot of shit y'all got to work out.
Yeah. Vucevic is going to his fifth season with the Bulls. I think this is Zach's. I was just looking at it. It's 1, 2. Damn, he been in for that.
4 years?
No, hell no, longer than that.
Really?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so yeah. So he's going to his 8th year with the Bulls because he did 13. Yeah. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, 'cause he did three. He did three with the Timberwolves, and then now he's going to his 8th year. Last year was the lowest he's played his games since his first year with the Bulls. His first year he played 24. This year he played 25 and averaged 19. But yeah, man, I think it's time to go ahead and blow it up. I know they've been trying to get to the trade Zach LaVine for the past, I say, a year and a half maybe. I know not this year, but last year they were definitely was trying to. But then DeMar ended up coming back, so they was like, all right, let's see if we can run it back. I know the market is real low for Zach, but Zach is a really good scorer, man. I don't know what the Kings are looking for. I don't know what other teams is looking for, but Zach is probably not worth the first round pick.
Nah.
So you'll probably have to just give some twos, because I think the Bulls. I mean, if the Bulls do, they gonna want to save their first round,
right?
Especially they do get rid of Zach and Vucevic, So, but yeah, man, I think it's a great time for Chicago to blow up. Just go ahead and start holding a regime. Next year draft class will be up there with Cooper Flag. You got Ian Jackson and some other guys, so you could potentially. But then again, it's not guaranteed because of the way the new how they doing the new lottery picks now. It's computers doing it, So just because
flip,
the Pistons, I think they had the worst record for the past 4 seasons maybe, and they still haven't cracked. I think they haven't cracked since Cade, and after Cade there it's been so I think I think they should time for it, but like I said, I want make it obvious of tanking though,
Yeah.
So
move the fucking Pistons.
Yeah.
At this point, ship them out.
So
new city.
Other than that, man, anything else you have to say NBA before we go ahead and get into our NFL?
Oh yeah, the Kawhi thing we were talking about.
Oh yeah, shit, man. We already knew Kawhi wasn't gonna stay there for long.
Yeah, it's just I'm kind of like, dang, man. It's just like, dang, bro. I was kind of looking forward to seeing the Avengers. Then they replace him with Derek White, which is cool. But we could have got somebody else, dog.
I don't. So I wonder. I don't know how the invitations work. I don't know why they didn't ask Jaylen Brown or Kyrie.
I would love to see Jaylen Brown.
It would have been cool to see that the Finals MVP there.
Damn.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. I don't. I really don't. But I think even if they added, even if they added him, he might not even be in that rotation. He's the eyeball out. Think about it, you got Bron, KD, Steph, AD, Joel, Bam. You got Ant.
What
Tatum.
the fuck was Paul at, man?
CP3?
Nah, Paul George. I would like to have him on the team.
And that's the thing. It's and like I said, I don't know how the invitations work. If it was me, I wouldn't ask Kawhi. I damn sure would have been like, yo, Kyrie, let's go. Jalen Brunson, let's go.
Yeah. That'd have been crazy.
I would put a few up and coming new guys out there. Ja can't do it, but also if Ja wasn't the way he's been the past 2 years, he definitely would have been in that.
Yeah.
Because you need to go ahead and pass the torch. Right now the torch is getting passed to Tatum and Edwards and Bam. So in 2020, this is 24. Mm-hmm. So 2028, it'll probably be Tatum and. Maybe Zion. Hopefully Zion.
He gotta get his shit together. He was supposed to be with the squad.
Yeah, he's supposed to. Yeah,
he was supposed to be with the squad.
Let me see. Even maybe the guys now. Maybe we get LaMelo Ball or somebody. We need an up and coming. I was just saying
he would fit the play style as far as the little chauvinistic shit.
He'll be like how CP3 was. He was just facilitating. Just getting in the right spots.
He'll be a little more flashy.
Nah. But I was just saying, just as an example for the new generation, or the next squad up. So
they may try to throw Cade in on the next squad.
I would say Cade, but
he's already played.
Well, it depends how Cade is, and actually depends on how Cade is 2 years from now when they do the World Cup. Because the World Cup is every 4, and then the Olympics is every 4. So it depends on in 2 years what he will look like. Then if he does look all right, he looks like a superstar that, how he's supposed to be, then about all right, K, like, be on Team USA. But the World Cup and the Olympics is 2 different things.
Fact.
For basketball, like, but even for the women's been dominant, so we need for the men to get to pick it back up. Because the last year's squad, there was no reason for them to lose against Germany last year by 2 points.
Just a bunch of young bulls.
Yeah,
man.
for real. But it's all it is, though. But yeah, I kind of figured Kawhi was gonna be in it. Like I said, bro, off camera, Kawhi just look out of place, bro. Like like I said, when they did the team photos, when it was like a little slow shot, they was trying to be like, oh, like KD is like. It's crazy how KD is taller than AD and Bam. Like, AD is like this. No, KD is definitely like 7 feet, 7'1". Like, we know that. We know how tall he is. But Kawhi was just looked so out of place, bro.
Right.
So I wasn't surprised. Everyone wasn't surprised about that.
Then KD is injured too.
Yeah. Yeah, they got the first friendly game tonight. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not staying up to watch that shit. It's at 10:30, bro.
Nah. Can't do it. May watch the highlights or something.
Yeah. So fuck all that.
Catch it on the back end or whatever.
Yeah, I'll catch that shit on TikTok.
No, for real.
All right. Anything else you want to touch on though? On basketball wise, then we.
Nah, man. We should be good. Good.
All right. So let's get right into it. Doing our NFC South Division Preview predictions. We'll start off with the Tampa Bay. They went 9-8 last year. So I'm gonna let you go first, and we'll go from there.
Alrighty, Tampa. Good old Tampa, man. All right. So I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Tampa, they shocked me last season, man. Mm-hmm. Really, of course, towards the back end of the season, like when it came playoff time, that's when they really sparked up. When they put the Eagles on their motherfucking ass, I enjoyed the shit out of that. I was in the motherfucking I was watching that thing with a big ass smile on my face. It's like somebody got to do it. Get them boys up out of here.
Oh, so in the postseason, yeah.
I said somebody got to do it. 32-9. I was so happy, and hear nothing from an Eagles fan now. They want to come around talking. We got something for that ass. Let y'all fuck around see Tampa Bay again. Let them see them again. But going back to this upcoming season.
They do play them again.
Oh, man.
At home this year.
Oh, man. It's about to get ugly. I'm so glad. I'm ready. I'm ready for that game. I'm going to be up in front and center. But with Tampa, man, tough defense. Very tough defense. Leading down. So you let go of D. Delaney. That's one of your corners. He's going to the Bills. Shaquille Barrett, Devin White, Carlton Davis. That's some of your like staples right there. Mm-hmm. So I don't know as far as next season how they're going to turn out. It's going to be tough to see. Even though you did pick up Bryce Hall, you picked up Jordan Whitehead from the Jets, Randy Gregory from the 49ers. I still don't think you filled all the holes.
Yeah, it's a lot of a lot of knowledge, it's a lot of chemistry and all
exactly.
that.
Like Devin White, he's been there for a little while, man.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis, he was one of them ones, Mm-hmm. You kind of let them guys go. Now you're working with I'm not gonna say a new defense. I'm going to say a developing defense. I think y'all can build, but I don't know if it's going to be the same. Like the same bond, connection, and the game plans, of course, that's going to be on the coach. But as far as the players, it's going to be upon them to see how close they can get in such a short time. But leading to offensively, That's a tough thing to offense because really, I think Baker, he had hot and cold moments for real. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really what it was for him, finding his points and his safe spots to go to. Last season he finished with 4,000 yards, 4,044 to be exact, to go with 28 touchdowns and 10 picks. He got sacked 40 times. Ended with a 94.6 QB rating, which I think is cool, but I think he can do better. I think he can really do better this season coming up. One thing I would say, they need some help with running the ball. Rachaad White, he had 272 carries, 990 yards, but he only had 6 tubs. And in all last season, they only had 8 rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, at this point, you're really dependent on the pass to get you through it. And with him being hot and cold, you know how that's going to go. So, this season, I think he may be more comfortable. He has this is going into his second year starting for them. So, he should be a little bit more comfortable. You still got Mike Evans. They're sitting there doing Chris Godwin. They're going to put him in the slot a little bit more. So, in my opinion, he should have been playing a straight slot. That's like his bread and butter for real. He has that play type. It's like he screams slot receiver. So, I mean, they finally picking up on that and going to throw him on there. So, I would say that's a good move. You have Trey Palmer, who last season, he was just young. I mean, he really didn't do too much, This season, we're going to have to see how that works out. You got Sterling Shepard, from the Giants coming in. I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, I think he's going to contribute, of course, but you kind of top heavy right now from what it's looking like with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I think they had both had 1,000 yards each last season, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yep, both had 1,000 yards each. So you're pretty much top heavy. You're going to need to get a little bit more help with a third receiver, whether it's from a wide receiver or from Cade Otton, your tight end. So they're just going to need to figure out how to get more help for Baker to take some of the pressure off. Because defensively, I think they're going to be fine. They do have a good defense on paper. I'm not going to lie to you, man. They do have a tough defense on paper. You still got Levante David there. So you can't really take too much off of them. You still got Antoine Whitfield. You brought in Whitehead, of course. Jamel Dean. So you got, solid pieces. You just got to figure out throughout the season how to navigate and game plans. That's what it's going to come down to for them.
All right. So, losing Brady, that was the first season without Brady. There was a lot of questions on who's going to be QB1 at the time. It was either him or Kyle Trask. And I'm like, really, Kyle Trask? Really? Like, come on, Then there was reports like, Baker was fucking up in training camp, so on and so forth. So I was like, just, we'll see what week one happens. So obviously Baker ended up being the season 1 starter. The first 4 games last year, they went 3-1. They lost to the Eagles, and then they went on a 4-game skid. So now they kind of like, all right, now Baker, what's going on? The defense was not playing the elite level how they once were playing, and then Baker wasn't really leading the team. So then they went on. They went on a little skid, and after that they went on a 4 straight game winning streak. I think I like what I saw from Baker last year. He showed that he matured a lot, became more of a leader. What he did at the end of the 2020 season, the 2020 season, when the Kansas City won the first championship, with Mahomes. I think they won. They won on a game winning streak. They ended up making the playoffs, beating the Steelers, and then almost came close to beating the Kansas City. That's the Baker that we needed.
Right.
Then after that he got injured. He got injured. And then he got getting traded to the Panthers. That didn't work out. They released him. Then he went to the Rams. Had a little resurrection. And then now he went to Tampa Bay, to where it's a fresh start. a new team, first start, new team. So for him just getting his headspace, like, hey, like, I can play in this league. He definitely did show that. He took this Tampa Bay team to 9-8 last year. Made it to the playoffs. Beat the Eagles. I think it was 32-9. And then they came close to beating Detroit in the second round. In the second round, losing 31-23. So now I kind of like that. What I saw from Baker to where, like, I think Baker legitimately be a top quarterback in the NFC. Then also it helps out when you got somebody like Mike Evans. You have Chris Godwin. You got a young guy in Trey Palmer. Now you do lose a lot on defense. What Shaq Barrett gone, Carlton Davis gone, and Devin White. Now Rashard White. Now you're gonna see what he can be. Going his second. He was a rookie last year, right? No. Now, because he was behind. Okay, no, he's going to his third year. He was behind Fournette. So now, Rashard White. Now he going to next year as running back one, as he was last year. Now you with a lot of touches, and now can he be that 1,000-yard receiver, 1,000-yard running back? Kind of take the pressure off of Baker a little bit to where now they can run the ball a little bit more. I see that they went and got Bucket Irvin. So I still think that they're probably still gonna be a pass, not a very heavy pass team. I think Baker has the ability to be like that. I don't want to put too much on Baker. Right. Obviously, I don't want to put too much on any quarterback. I say time and time again with Justin Herbert, like, yeah, Justin Herbert is a very talented quarterback, a top 10 quarterback in this league. But look at the mistakes he's making because he's throwing the ball 45, 50 times trying to get his team out of certain situations.
Right.
They're always down sometimes, or they'll be up and then they have to play, or they be up, they lose the lead because they don't know how to run the ball. So now you're relying on Justin Herbert to trying to put the team on his back. So it can work. It can work, but sometimes it backfires on you. So with Baker now, I don't want to put that too much on him. Now with the O-line, I think it was a decent O-line last year. I think Tristan Wirfs missed some games last year. One of the best tackles in the game. Now you got with K-On, who was pretty good last year. Was one of Baker's top receivers he was looking at. Having 67 targets, but for 47 catches. But I think it was more of like a, how can I say it? He was more like a safety net. If he needed a first down, or get some yards, I think he went to KI. And so I do expect KI to have a lot more receptions. I think he might be up there in the, I think he might be in the 60 range. I know I see Rashid White was third on the team with 64. So I think that may come down a little bit, but we may see. But also what Trey Palmer, rookie last year, I think I see a lot of touches heading his way. So now if say, like you said, Chris Godwin do go to the slot, that's where Trey Palmer comes in. He might get some touches, be a big play receiver. So I had so my three points I had for going to the next season. They had big losses on defense. Can Baker do it again? And I also said that Mike Evans is him. It's time for people to actually put respect on Mike Evans' name. This is 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. The start of his career, the longest streak for somebody to do that to start a career. Consistently, think about all the quarterbacks this man had. He had Jameis, he had Ryan Fitzpatrick, he had Brady, and then he had Baker. I'm pretty sure there was somebody else before in between Jameis and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So dude been very fucking consistent. And led the team in touchdowns last year with 13. So how much more can you want this? How much does it take for Mike Evans to get a respect? This is my favorite receiver in the game. My second favorite receiver in the game. So I respect Mike Evans. I always thought that Mike Evans would do good well in the league, just depending on who the quarterback was. When he was at Texas A&M, he showed flashes of it, but it was just so much shit was on Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
Mike didn't really blossom until his second year at Texas A&M, and then that's when he ended up being a top 10 pick in that 2013 or 14 draft. It was which one it was. I think that's the same draft with Devontae Houses and Sammy Watkins. So that's a pretty good draft class, you ask me. The Bucs was kind of like a mid team last year. They were 18 points per game. They were 27 in red zone scoring percentage. They are fourth in pass first down. So like I said, it's going to show that they're probably going to trust Baker to go in and kind of get the job done a little bit.
Right.
Defense was all right. They were 7 in opponents touchdowns per game. They were 14th in completions per game, and then they were 5th in scoring defense, and then 3rd in the opponent's red zone percentage. So defense for sure was pretty good last year. I said it was decent, but now, like I say, you lose those 3 pieces with Barrett and with Davis and White. So now you got filling in. They go in the draft. They did all right. They ended up getting a running back, Burkett Irvin from Oregon. They ended up getting a center with the first round pick. They ended up getting an edge rusher in the second round, and then they went and got a third. In the third round, they went and got a safety. So most of it, they only got 2 defensive players, and basically they went pretty much heavy on offense. Which I kind of understand, but I think they should have They should have went more defensively. You know, you get a Jordan Whitehead in free agency. You get they went like I said, went and got Breece Hall. They didn't send it to what's his name? Antoine Winfield. They sending him. So now they kind of rely on him to be I need for you to be the anchor of the secondary. Right. Also they got Devontae Davis that's been there since the jump. Now with Todd Bowles, now it was like, he's a defensive head coach. What's the game plan? What are you gonna do? Now you lost two of your top guys.
Right.
On with the linebacker position, and you like the blitz. Are you gonna start blitzing? Because you start blitzing, people gonna start going over top of your head.
Right.
That middle is wide open. So I'm kind of wanting to see how to work with how that will work with that now. So I mean, you don't want to get torched in the middle of that defense.
No, you ain't lying. That's facts.
So with Tampa Bay's schedule, it doesn't look too bad, but they do have a few. They do have some tough games out here.
Right.
Week 1 they got Washington. Week 2 they go to Detroit. Week 3 they got Denver. Week 4 they got Philly. Week 5 they go to Atlanta. Week 6 they go to New Orleans. Week 7 they got Baltimore. Week 8 they got Atlanta. Week 9 they got at Kansas City. Week 10 they got the Niners. Week 11 have a bye week. Week 12 they go to the Giants. Week 13 they go to Carolina. Week 14 got the Raiders. Week 15 they at the Chargers. Week 16 at Dallas. Week 17 they got the Panthers, and week 18 they got the Saints. So I had this team winning at least 8.5 games. Last year they went 9-8. So I think they can at least. I think they can get at least 7, but I think 8.5. I think 9 is. I think 9 and 10 is. I think 10 is the number
max
to get to win the division. But I think 9. I think they can get. I think they can get another 9 season. But I think it's gonna be now. It's gonna be based off of what Baker can. How far can Baker carry the team?
Right. Okay. All right. So going next team here. Next team. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you mine because I didn't say what I predicted them to win. I was thinking about 8 to 9 games. Mm-hmm. I mean, in that range. I think they split with the Falcons. I got them beating the Eagles, bro.
Yeah.
That's probably biased. I ain't gonna lie to you. It probably is, but I have them beating the Eagles. Well, who else? Saints, maybe potentially splitting. Carolina, stomp straight.
I think they should. I think they should sweep Carolina, but
mud puddle.
I think they should sweep Carolina, and I think it could be a split with the Saints and in Atlanta, but we'll see how Kirk Cousins is going to be, which we're going to be talking about next.
Right. So, moving on to Atlanta. So, last season, offensively for them, I'm pretty sure everybody knows they were trash.
Terrible.
Bottom tier offense. So, you brought in the regulator, Mr. What would you call him? Game changer, game manager?
He's a game manager. He ain't a game changer, I tell you that. Ain't no disrespect to him though, but
that's just the way he
is. Yeah, he doesn't.
It is what it is.
Yeah, he doesn't like. Kirk doesn't really like amazes us with the stuff he does, like Mahomes, like Allen, like Demar, like Justin,
right?
Like with Joe, those guys are elite quarterbacks. I'm not saying Kirk isn't elite, but he's all right. He's good.
Would you throw him in the same category like a Goff or like a Stafford?
See, no, because those two guys are if we're talking about quarterback play, I think those two guys are better than Kirk. I know that Kirk has Kirk numbers. Numbers don't lie. Like Kirk does have good numbers, but I think that with Jared Goff, I think he's a game. So even with Jared Goff, I think he's a game manager. But I think in some ways he can be a game changer. Same thing with Kirk as well. But I think he's a game manager because he cannot. He can't. He like I said, he never went past the second round. I can't see him leading a team.
Right.
Like Jared Goff, I seen him able to do that. They went from being one of the worst teams to lead in that area, like a fucking top 5 team in the NFL. Like I don't see that in Kirk. I can't see Kirk being able to do that. You said Stafford. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Don't ever disrespect Stafford again like that, bro. Don't ever disrespect Stafford. That's one. And that's my guy. That's my third favorite quarterback in the league. Don't ever disrespect Stafford like that again.
My fault, Matt.
No, I know.
Shit.
See Stafford is our Brett Favre. He high risk, high reward. That's how he plays. But that motherfucker tough, bro. That's nothing. That's nothing that you can say with Stafford. I think Stafford is literally the toughest quarterback in the league right now. No ifs, ands, or buts.
You mean mentality wise?
Yes, mentality wise, everything. But he's the toughest quarterback in the fucking league right now. That man, bro, can have a broken rib. Man, I think that dude played with a broken back when his last years in Detroit, bro. Like, come on, man. Nah, man. Stop playing with my boy Stafford, bro.
My fault, Staff. No smoke.
Said what?
I said I don't want no smoke, man.
Yeah, Staff's that guy, bro. But Kirk, like I said, Kirk is up there. I mean, Kirk is, but it's just. It's like asking who you prefer, him or Dak. They're both kind of similar style guys, but I've seen Kirk being able to at least. I don't know. It's tough, bro. If I had to trust a quarterback, it probably would be Kirk than Dak.
Damn.
In my opinion,
mind you, Kirk was injured last year too. I think he played 8 games.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, Kirk did look. Without Justin, I think with Justin Jefferson, he was cooking a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he was on that team when they beat the Niners. Yeah, he was on the team when they beat the Niners. So Kirk can light it up.
Yeah,
I can tell you that. One thing I can say is Kirk doesn't need. Kirk isn't like that to where they. God, Lord, how can I say this? I think if I was down 21, I think, and I needed a comeback, I would definitely believe in Kirk than Dak, because if it's Dak, he'll definitely would choke, and so I can fuck with Kirk and Kirk necessarily. I think Kirk is more clutch than Dak, and honestly, I think Kirk is one of the clutchest quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah,
because there was 2 seasons ago they were down 31. In the regular season, I forgot who they playing, and they came back and won that game in regulation. I don't think that game went to overtime.
He just had it in the bag at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
That's tough. That is super tough.
So yeah, but man, I just don't disrespect Kirk. I do give him a hard time, but it's just my eyes don't lie. I mean, I see what I see. It's just I just need Kirk to be at elite. It doesn't make sense to where, and I keep saying this. How can you have the same team that Case Keenum to the NFC Championship game, but in the next year you couldn't do that? And Stephon Diggs and Alan Thielen were in a prime. And you had Kyle Rudolph was still playing at a high level. And the defense was somewhat decent, because I think that year they went to the NFC Championship game, they were number 1 in the league. They
definitely were tough.
So
Daniel Hunter, man, he was him.
But we'll see how it goes with Atlanta.
Fact. So I'm going to go through last year's Atlanta's quarterback stats really quick. Yeah, it was horrendous. You had Desmond Ridder, 249 out of 388 attempts. So 64.2% completion percentage. He went for 2,836 yards passing. That's an average of 189.1 per game. So it wasn't really that good in terms of trying to get the ball down the field. On top of him throwing 12 touchdowns and the same amount of picks. So let's just say that offense had a very, very tough time last season. And when I think he got benched. Am I right? Did he get in? I think he got benched.
I think he got benched, and then Taylor Heineke came in and he started, and then Taylor Heineke didn't play well, and then went back to Desmond.
Yep. I think they subbed Desmond in near the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken, right? They subbed him back in.
Yeah, because they were
because they weren't playing good.
No, they weren't. They said, what? Might as well just go back to hell.
So with Taylor, right? He in his 5 games. Mind you, they count Ridder for 15. That's what they count him for. They count Taylor for 5.
It depends on how many games he started.
Right. So with Taylor, you had 74 out of 136 passing attempts for 890 yards. That's an average of 178 a game. And in his time, he went 5 touchdowns, 4 picks. And both of their passing ratings were buns. I'm not gonna lie to you. Desmond Ridder went 83.4 and Taylor went 74.7.
Okay, I see. Trash. He started the first 8 weeks, got benched in week 9. And then they put him back. He played week 10, and I think they set him out. I think he did get hurt though, because he said he went 4 for 6. So I think he got hurt. That's when Taylor came back. He played, and then he didn't play in week 15 against Indy, which that game they won. And then he came back, then played, had 3 or 4 attempts in week 16, and then he ended up finishing the season. So yeah, that was pretty shitty.
Yeah,
how they did him like that. I me personally, I think I just would have just
let him finish.
Just let him. He was going into his second year. So it's like, let the man play. You don't know what he's gonna look like. You don't give him a full season. So they always say, if you get a quarterback or anybody in the league 3 years, you would know how they play in the long run. And they kind of fucked them up on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that was my point of that leading into this point here. Now you bring in a guy who's a regular season dog, right? So I'm gonna just say his last season stats, even though he only played 8 games. He went 216 out of 311 passing attempts. That's a 69.5 completion percentage. And in those 8 games, he threw for 2,331 yards. So we're just going to count it like this, right? He did basically what Desmond Ridder did in almost half as many games. Listed for. So that's a big step up. That is a big step up for them. You got Kirk, like he's game manager. So at this point, this is what they needed because they didn't have shit last season. To be honest with you, they looked kind of like college-esque, high school-esque. It was just like a bunch of like they had to use crafty plays in order to even move the ball down the field.
Yeah.
For example, Cordero Patterson, who they had last season, they had to use him a bunch.
Yeah, they kind of get spark up the team.
Yeah, because he's your Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
and then you also had Drake London on the team too. So this season, I don't think you have him this season.
Drake London, yeah. Boy, they.
I'm sorry, wrong guy. Who am I thinking about? Wrong guy.
Yeah, who are you thinking about?
My God, they let Cordero go for sure.
It was Cordero passing his left.
And
Matt Hollins.
Yep, that's who I was thinking of. Matt Hollins. Yeah, he's gone. That's tough. I'm not gonna hold you. That is tough. But you did bring in some help. You got Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man. You got him. Rondell Moore, Ray McLeod. So you brought in some, I guess, in their eyes, reinforcements. But as far as quality, I don't know how that's going to turn out. I mean, it should, for Kirk's sake, I think it'll be fine.
I think, yeah.
You know, as far as regular season, I think it'll be fine. And then you drafted Casey Washington in the 6th round. So I think, you know, overall, you got a solid young group, you know, in your wide receiver room. That should work. And your running back, Bijan, he's just pure dog. And even Algier, he's a dog too, bro. So when you combine the running game and the passing game, which they may be able to give Kirk a break from passing the ball so much, because you got that boy Bijan is a dog, bro. He's up next, like literally next season. He's definitely gonna crack 1,000. He's damn sure gonna crack 1,000.
It's gonna be tough,
season.
But yeah.
Yeah, this season he went 214 for 976. So he was right there. This season I think he's gonna get it. You know, I think they should feed him more. On top of, you got Algie, so I think your running game should get involved a little bit more. Take out the pressure off of Kirk. That means less picks, you know, less interceptions. So I think they'll have I ain't gonna say a 360, but it's gonna look a lot better, a lot more like efficient offense. Let's use that. I'll say it's gonna look more like an efficient offense.
I do agree with everything you said. I like the additions they add with like Ray McLeod, Rondell Moore, Darnell Mooney. On defense, with the people they lost. You know, they lost Smith, they lost Calais Campbell, they lost Cordell Patterson, they lost Bud Dupree, they lost Trey Flowers, and their center Hennessy. So you know they do lose some chuck on that. But so my objectives going to the season is like is a healthy Kirk Cousins good enough? You know, coming off of Achilles injury, we all know how Achilles is. Some people just never the same after that.
Right.
There's gonna be when we're talking about the AFC East with the Jets. Now we're gonna talk about what Aaron Rodgers. Cause I don't think we ever seen a quarterback, a top tier quarterback with that type of injury. You know, it's you know you might see like a running back or somebody else get it, but not a top tier quarterback. Now also, they're definitely going to increase Bijan's touches. You know, he led the team in carries, 214 in yards, 976. And then he had 58 receptions for 487 yards. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, but this dude is a Christian McCaffrey 2.0. I think
2.0 is crazy.
Yeah, I think there's three. I think that's three. I think he can do it. I think he would do it in probably the next like four years, his first 4 years in the season. I can see him getting 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing. I think him. Obviously, you know, Chris McCaffrey did it, and then the other guy, I think Alvin Kamara. I think those three guys can do it. I think they had the potential to do it, but I think Bijan can do it. It fucking depends on the fucking the quarterback. But I don't. But with the new head coach, I think which is Zach Robinson. That's my shout out my guy Zach, man. He was a former Patriot, so you know I gotta know my guy.
Right.
I want to see how he's going to be able to do that. So now what Kirk, I know for Kirk did at times use his legs to get him out, to escape a little bit. So now with him, with that Achilles injury, is he going to stay in that pocket a little bit more? You know, how is he going to give Bijan the ball, and how he can give him the ball? Like, is he going to be in the backfield? Is he going to be in the receiving? Because then you still got Algier. Like, we're talking about a guy that also ran for 1,000 yards the year before Bijan got there. Then you got a young receiver in Drake London, and then with Cal Pitts, you know, can Zach Robinson really get Cal Pitts going? Because he never had a quarterback for real. He had Desmond. Hell, I don't know who. I think it was Mariota the year before. So like you kind of fucking up Cal Pitts' development, and also Cal. I think his first year he only played like 5 games. He didn't play that many games, you know. So now him going to his 3rd year, get somebody like Kirk who's a veteran. I think Kirk can elevate his game. Same thing with Drake as well. Then you got some guys like Mooney and more to where they can beat you over the top and inside. So long as the offensive line protect Kirk, I think that'll be all right. The defense was all right last year. There were 10 in points and 10th in opponents' total yards. 17 in opponent points per game. They were tied 9th in opponents touchdowns per game. They were 4th in third down conversions. They were 8th in opponent pass yards, and they were and then the team was not bad. It was 5th in penalties, and then 8th in rush yards. So I think this is going to be a very balanced team. I do see Bijan probably getting maybe 20 touches a game. I can see maybe Algier probably getting about. I think he'll probably get about 12 to 15. Cause you gotta think about it. If Robinson get, I say 20. He might be fucking more than that. He might get about 20. He might get about almost 30, bro. He might get about 18 carries, and the rest of it he might be catches. He might give you six or 7 in the backfield. So I know it's a lot, but.
So like 22 to 25 ish.
I think he should get at least about 30. But if you're gonna split it, 25, cause you gotta get Algier some as well.
Can't run him in the dirt.
Yeah, you can't. So, but he's so young, so it's like that man. Like he one play, he can take it to the crib.
Yeah.
You know, especially his first touch in the NFL, bro. That man, I rewatched that highlight the other day, man. I was like, jeez. I said, if somebody juke me out like that on my first touch and my first touchdown, I'm fucking retiring. I'm fucking retiring.
You calling it a career,
he got man. That stopped, man. That should look like NCAA college 25, bro. And shout out that. I think we'll talk about it a little bit later. Please remind me for me to say something about that.
Bet.
So, but yeah, man. Looking at the schedule, I think. Are you comfortable to say that Atlanta can win in the division? Cause I think this division gonna be very interesting.
It is. It's gonna be just as interesting as last season.
I don't think it'll be. It might be up and down for sure. Cause like damn, like it was like New Orleans was in the league, Atlanta was in the league, Tampa was in the league. Mm-hmm. So it's like like this division is really tough to win. Looking at the schedule. They go to week 1 and they play Pittsburgh, which is not going to be an easy game. Then they go to Philly. They got Kansas City, New Orleans, Tampa, and then they got Panthers at Panthers, Seattle, at Tampa Bay. Then they got Dallas at New Orleans, at Denver. You got a bye week in week 12. Week 13, they got the Chargers, at Vikings, at Raiders. Shout out to week 14. Kirk going back to Minnesota. Week 15 at Raiders, 16, you got Giants at Washington, and then home against the Carolina Panthers. Bro, I say the 8.5 wins, but I think these guys can win 10 just like Tampa. It just depends on Kirk. You know, I think that can. I think that could be. I think there could be a split with New Orleans. I think they should. I'm gonna say that might split with Carolina. I think Carolina might do a little something, but we'll see. I think they can. I think they can probably. I think they can. I can see a sleeper in Dallas in Week 9. They may lose Week 14 against the Vikings. As you know, it's a revenge game. So we'll see. So we'll see how that goes. Giants. I think they should beat them, but I'm not gonna sleep on Giants defense. Right. Just got better with having got Brian Washington. Brian Burns. But I think I can see 9 wins in here, bro. 9-8 is not gonna be a good 9-8, but I think I can see it. But like I said, it just depends on how Kirk plays.
They possibly can win 10.
Yeah,
in my opinion, 10 at best 11. Because that back end of games, that
after the bye
week, that should really tell everything.
It was really winnable. Yeah, Chargers not gonna be easy. Vikings not gonna be easy. Mm-hmm. I know, but the Raiders,
that should be a smoke sesh.
It may be, but with that Tony Pierce can light a fire in their asses. That team can definitely do it. Yeah, Giants should be a dub. Y'all will probably be a dog fight because that's him going to Washington. So, it's going to probably be some emotions high in that game. Mm-hmm. And then in Carolina,
they should win.
What's that?
They should win that.
They can either go 6-0, they can go 3-3, but I think they should. I think at worst, I think they should go at least 4-2.
At best or worst?
At worst, 4-2.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can say that
because you look at it: Pittsburgh, Philly, Kansas City, New Orleans, Tampa, bro. These are some bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is some winnable games. I think the hardest one they got is gonna be Pittsburgh, Philly, Kansas City, New Orleans. I think when they going to New Orleans, it's gonna be tough. Yeah. Denver might be because of how the altitude is over there, but they're gonna have a rookie quarterback, probably a brand new quarterback. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you about week 12. Week 12, bro, that might be 6-5.
Potentially,
it could be 6-5 by week 12.
Potentially. I got them with 1, 2.
At worst, maybe 5 and 6.
5, yeah, 5. I got them at 5.
5 and 6 by week 12.
Yeah,
I can dig with that. But then they got to finish strong. Yeah. So I don't guarantee they looking at the schedule how we looking at it.
Yeah,
they better.
Facts.
They better.
Facts. Get that O line ready. Get your receivers top notch. Kirk, get his mind right. That's numero uno. And if worst case scenario, God forbid, he goes down, make sure my boy is ready. Michael Penix. Keep him ready at all times, because you never know. Y'all got him for that reason, bruh. Just in case Kirk goes down, make sure your boy's ready, man. Don't have him out there looking stupid. Man. My boy's sitting and waiting for his time, like y'all wanted him to do for some reason. I guess insurance, but you got him. So make sure he's ready at all times, man. Make sure he's ready.
Shit, and Kurt might win comeback player of the year, so we'll see see how that goes.
He can. That's tough. Okay, next team, man. We're going Saints.
Who that?
Okay. So with them, right? Last season, well, let's say who you let go. You let go of Michael Thomas. You let go of James Hurst.
Yeah, he never resigned, but he ain't coming back.
Yeah, Jimmy Graham gone. Max Garcia gone. Isaac Yiadom gone. You got Marcus May gone. You have who else? Andrus Piet gone. That's your left tackle. Right tackle. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce his last name. I'm gonna say Ryan. Double R. Right tackle gone. Demario Davis, he stayed. Thank God. Tyrann Mathieu stayed. Thank God. You brought in Chase Young, Cedric Wilson Jr. That's your wide receiver there. You brought in
Ryan Ramczyk.
Yeah. I won't even try to butcher his last name.
Yeah, they re-signed him back, yeah.
Yeah. Then you got Lucas Patrick. That's your center, because you damn sure needed one. You're brought in a right tackle from the Vikings, Udo. You bring in Khalid Hudson from Commanders. Willie Gay Jr. from the Chiefs. That's a big signing. I think that's a real big signing for them. They're going to be real tough. You bring in Equanimeous St. Brown from the Bears. That's tough. And I think as far as everybody else, it's little signings, little things let go. But, It's I can't really say whether it's going to be up or down for them. If it's going to be like a good, bad. I think they may potentially finish a little bit worse than last season, to be honest with you. I think it's going to depend upon if you can keep Alvin the whole season, bro. He hasn't cracked 1,000 his whole career, which is crazy because he's still regarded as one of the top running backs in the league. But I can't take that away. He's still talent-wise, he is. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife. But you got to keep him healthy, bro. I don't know how at this point, man. I don't know how, but you kind of have to. Last season he played 13 games, 180 carries.
Because he missed. We got suspended, so. Because of that shit that happened in their Pro Bowl in 2 years.
Yeah. That's crazy. This season he should be good then. God forbid anything that may happen. Knock on wood. But he played 13 games, 180 carries, 694 yards, 5 tubs. So I think this season might be the season. Even though he's got Jamal Williams. I think he should crack 1,000, bro.
I think so.
I think he should. Mind you, Taysom Hill also gets a lot of carries too. He had 81 for 401 yards. That's a 5-yard per carry average. He had 4 rushing touchdowns. So, I think he should. It depends on how they're going to use Taysom Hill this season too. If they plan to use him about the same as last season, I don't know if that's possible. I don't know. And then you got Jamal he's kind of like a fill-in sometimes, He doesn't, it's not really like a two-headed monster type of thing with them. It's more like he just gets in when, I guess, whenever they feel it's necessary, whenever it's deemed necessary. But Derek, man, this got to be Derek's year for them to excel. I believe he has to be the one to elevate them. He had 3,800 passing yards last season and 25 tubs, 8 picks. He played all 17 games too, mind you. This has to be his season. Last season he only had 1,000 yard receiver in Chris Olave. He had up and coming Shaheed. So he's coming back this season also. That's gonna be pretty tough. I'm looking to see his development as far as this season, how he's going to perform. And then A.T. Perry, in which one of your young guys. I think honestly St. Brown should be your opposite of Chris Olave, in my opinion. I would put St. Brown there, but we're gonna see. And you got Wilson Jr. He probably is gonna play slot along with Shaheed. So they should have a pretty crafty offense. I just want to see how they're going to use it, but I still don't think it's good enough to be better than last season. It's a tough task. it's a real tough task, let alone with other teams getting better. You know, you did go get Talise Fuega, so you stacked up. Well, I ain't gonna say stacked up. You improved your blocking and for next season. So Derek, he should feel at least a little bit more comfortable back there going into this next season. He just needs to build that connection with his young receivers. So I think that's where it's gonna come to play. You got to get Alvin the whole season. Derek, make him feel comfortable, and then your receivers just get them to connect with Derek and just have them progress.
All right. So my Jets going into the year. Is this Derek Carr's last chance? Cause they end up drafting Spencer Rattler. So.
From I think he came.
Spencer Rattler. From South Carolina.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it means anything, but you don't want to have him smell or see some type of like opening to like, it's my chance. But I like DC4, man. This is my fourth favorite quarterback in the league. So what I go into with that. They needed depth in the secondary. They went and draft Kool-Aid McKinstry. And then Marshall Lattimore, he missed some games last year. Come on, man. You're supposed to be one of the best corners in the game. We get me, But man, I think they needed more depth in the secondary. And also we said with Kamara, can this be Alvin Kamara's first year with 1,000 yards?
Which is crazy.
Yeah. But I guess it makes sense. But damn, bro, like you would have thought this man cracked 100. 1,000.
Yeah, multiple. I would have thought.
Yeah, for real, especially with Drew Brees days. But then you kind of think about it. When Drew was there, they did kind of throw the ball a lot.
It was pass heavy.
Yeah, it was pass heavy. Yeah. The team was a little balanced last year. Defensively, they were ninth in sacks per game. There were 6 opponents' points. They were tied 5th in opponents' touchdowns per game. They were 9th in opponents' red zone scoring percentage. They were 9th in opponent passing yards. They were 9th in opponent passing first down percentage. They were tied 10th in giveaways. Offensively, they were 10th in scoring. They were 9th in touchdowns per game. They were 18th in red zone scoring. They were 13th in 20 yards, 12th in first downs per game, 10th in rushing attempts. And they were 10th in pass attempts and 9th in completion. So I think it's a very well balanced team. I just think that it depends on what Dennis Allen is going to do, bro. Because I believe that if they don't make a little run, I think Dennis Allen, the coach, is gone. Also, right there with Derek Carr as well. You do have a good upcoming receiver with Chris Olave. He cracked 1,000 yards last year. Now Rashid? That's Rashid Shaheed. Oh shit, that shit crazy, bro. Who the fuck would think somebody that? But
Rashid Shaheed, I guess that's how you pronounce it.
Shaheed having a very decent year last year. I think that his touches go up a little bit more. He only had 46 receptions, so I think he'll probably be in the. Kamara it was second. It was second to team, so I think that will probably come down. And then what? Now you don't have Michael Thomas, so I think at 46 you probably get maybe about 60, and then he may have like maybe 800, 900. 800, 900 yards. Now you have a good tight end with Juwan Johnson. So I know Carr hasn't really had a good tight end. I think the best tight end he had in his years was probably Jason Witten, but that was like when Jason Witten was on a backbone, So I like for him to throw it. Jason Witten went to the Raiders.
Waller. Oh
yeah. Yeah, Darren.
That was a baller.
Yeah, cause he was starting to blossom a little bit. So my fault, my apologies. Yeah, so it was Darren Waller. That dude, that I don't forgot about, bro.
For real.
That I forgot. Damn, yeah, Darren Waller. Yeah.
Didn't he retire?
Yeah.
Damn.
After that damn divorce. Yep. I don't know how he fucked that up, but I don't know how he fucked that up, bro. But
oh my gosh.
But I would like for him to have another dominant tight end again, and I think that would definitely help him out in the long run. I think this might be a breakout year for. I think it's gonna be a big year for Chris Olave, but it depends how that offense goes, man. I mean, I like to see Kamara the rush for 1,000.
Right.
You know, I don't want him. I mean, he's good in the backfield and catching, but I need him I need him in the backfield getting the touches. You know, give me some good rushing. No, and then let the defense bite the rushing so Derek Carr can use that play action and throw it over the top of their heads.
Fact.
The defense is always going to be good. Davis led the team 121 tackles. He was second in the team on sacks. Granson with 8.5 sacks. Matthew led the team with 4 interceptions and 1 pick six. And then you have Warner. I think is a defensive end, if I'm not mistaken, with 9-3 tackles. So the defense for sure is always going to be up there. I had no worries about that. The defense is going to keep them in games. Then they go add Chase Young, which I think it could be a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
They went and got a center. Then they went defense and went and got Harris, and then went and got Gary Jr. from Will Gay Jr. from the Kansas City. So I think they definitely stacked that on defense. So I think they'll be a very balanced offense. I think this is Derek Carr's team. He needs to play a little bit better. I need that Derek Carr from 2018 when he was in the MVP conversation. I need that Derek Carr. I need that because boy, if you don't play well and this team don't look good,
right?
You're the first person. You could be the second person to look at. The first person to look at is the head coach. Then they're coming for your ass, or looking for a replacement. So Derek Carr, please get
that shit together.
Get that shit going, bro. Looking at the schedule, doesn't look bad. Week 1, they got Carolina, should be a dub. Then week 2, they go to Dallas. Week 3, they got Philly. Week 4, they at Atlanta. Then week 5, they at Kansas City. Week 6, they got Tampa, Denver, and then they're at the Chargers in week 8. Week 9, they go to Panthers. Week 10, they got Atlanta and Cleveland. Week 12 is a bye week, and then after that they have the Rams at the Giants, Washington at Green Bay. Then they play the Raiders, so we'll see how he with the revenge game, and then week 18 they at Tampa Bay. I'm gonna say this now. Cause I might forget later. But this is my favorite to win the division. I didn't have them win at least 7.5 games, but I think they can win legitimately. I think they can win 10 for sure. I think they maybe win 11. I think this is going to be one of those surprising teams that are probably shocked. When I say shocked the NFL, but they're gonna make that surprise appearance in the playoffs. I think last year was Tampa. I think this year it could be the Saints. So that's who I'm gonna go with.
Well, schedule here. They do have a more favorable schedule.
I think this whole division does, but this schedule doesn't look that bad at all. I mean, like at Dallas, you got Philly, you got Kansas City. I mean, then you got Cleveland. I mean, bro, then you got Green Bay. I mean, like, bro, that's what? How many playoff teams is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Cleveland made it right. 5, 6.
Rams.
7. So yeah, you play 7. Yeah, you play 7. You play 7 playoff teams, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. They could probably win about 4. They could potentially win 4 of those games. I think bro. I can see them getting one. I think they get one in Philly. Well, against Philly. I think they get Cleveland because I don't believe in fucking Deshaun Watson.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't think Deshaun Watson's gonna even last by then.
Week 11. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, with Cleveland. Yeah. They can't get one in Rams.
Yeah.
I think they can at least get 3. If they go 3
of those 7.
3. Yeah. I think they can at least probably get 3. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, but I mean, actually, it's kind of terrible though. But I mean, it's for them. I think they can. But that defense is. I think that defense is what's going to keep them in the game. So
yeah,
that's
sure.
what I think. They can get 3, but I think they can probably get 4 for real. For real.
They can steal another one. I mean, they could. Beat,
yeah. I mean, they can beat Kansas City.
They could beat Dallas.
Yeah, but then it's at Dallas. Not Dallas is at home. So they're so
we're gonna see.
Yeah, and
then
that
really matters.
But Dallas got an early test with Cleveland, so
yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
So let's see. With them in this first half before the week 12 bye week that they have, I have them going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Potentially 8 dubs. I'm not gonna cap. Potentially 8. And then after the bye week, we're gonna add on 9, 10, 11. I could say 11. Close to 11, maybe. At best. At worst, I would say maybe like 7. 7 dubs at worst. And that would be because of those playoff teams. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I would say at best 11, at worst 7 dubs. Whew, that's tough. They got a nice little schedule though. They do have time in between, like when that from that after that week 6 game, I would say from 7.
But those winnable games, bro.
Yeah, 7 to 10 is kind.
Denver, Chargers, Carolina, Atlanta, Cleveland, bye week, Rams, New York, the Giants, the Washington, Green Bay, Raiders, Tampa. I mean, bro,
it's looking like they kind of facing themselves at that point. It's a mental game.
Yeah, that's Derek Carr got to go off.
Yeah, man, he's got to lock in on that. But that's tough. I just want to know if that defense is going to hold it down. Is the offense really going to step up? Because that's what it's going to come down to. Will they turn out to be like a, only defensive heavy team like how Cleveland was last season? Or could they be more balanced? That's what's going to come down to at the end of the day. Can both ends hold their own shit, basically, But, okay. Last but least,
a home state team.
Some fucking shit, man. We gotta do this. Go and get them boys up out the way. I'm gonna keep it pretty. I ain't gonna say short, because I mean they made some improvements. I'm not gonna cap.
Talk that shit.
They made some improvements, man.
Talk that shit.
They went and got Yatura Gross Matos. He's a edge rusher. They let that boy go. They let him go. They let go of Von Bell, Deshaun Williams to the Bills, Deion Jones, Hayden Hurst, he's gone. Center Bradley Bozeman, you let go of DJ Chark.
They traded Brian Burns.
It's tough. You let go of Frankie Louvu, Jeremy Chin, they come to Washington. Burns is gone. So you pretty much let go of a good amount. Dante Jackson, who is your corner, he's gone. CJ Henderson, another corner, gone. Camu, I'm gonna just say Hill because I'm gonna mess up the first part of his last name. Linebacker to the Vikings. Shaquille Griffin, corner to the Vikings. So I mean, you let some pieces go, but.
Yeah, there's some pieces as well.
Exactly. You got Deontay Johnson.
Jordan Fuller.
Yeah. You got a linebacker, Josie Jewell. You got a left tackle and Joshua Nijman. You got Nick Scott. I think that was a good pickup. You got Clavon. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Clavon. See, the damn apostrophe is throwing me, but I'm going to get it.
Kavon.
Clavon. I'm going to say Clavon. Chason. So that was a good pickup. Jadeveon Clowney. That's a good ass pickup. I think he's gonna be a good piece for them if he can stay healthy. That's gonna be a big point for them. You got left guard Damian Lewis. You got David Moore, wide receiver from the Bucs. So let's see. Jordan Fuller was really, my opinion, the best pick for them, because they was getting fucked up last season. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if you're talking stats with these guys, they was complete ass cheeks, dog. Alright, let me go to a point here. So, as far as their passing, right? Offensively, Carolina threw 13 passing touchdowns and 10 picks for a net passing yards of 2,741 yards, right? So defensively, they tried, you know, they gave up 2,916 passing yards, 19 passing touchdowns, and they received 8 interceptions. They caught 8 picks, right? Okay. Moving to sacks and yards lost. Sacks, they were buns, right? So 65 sacks, 504 yards. So
that brought in some help.
Yeah, man. They only had the defense got 27 sacks and 193 yards lost. That's a huge difference, brother. A huge difference. Then you go to rushing, which is the last part that I'll talk about here with them, because this shit is crazy. Rushing wise, they had 445 attempts, 1,769 rushing yards. And that's as a team, brother. Mm-hmm. This ain't one person I'm talking about. You got 7 tubs. I'm sorry, this is my home state team, but goddamn, man, this shit is every year since Cam left, bruh. Every year.
And Cam kind of part of it too, because he was some shit towards the end.
The end, yes. And that's not even the worst part. Listen to the defense, what the defense gave up.
I already know.
508 rushing attempts, right? 2,081 rushing yards. Ran through. 25 rushing touchdowns on their fucking head.
Yeah, ran through.
Dog, that's tough. That is freaking tough. At this point, dog, y'all needed to get Jadeveon Clowney. Y'all needed to get some pieces that y'all got for this defense, because it was well needed. They were pretty much doing your ass dirty as hell. So
yeah. I didn't like their draft pick anyways with getting Bryce Young, but I mean, I don't think he was the best quarterback in that draft, especially at the first pick.
Nah.
I think it should have been C.J. Stroud for sure, but they went with Young. And I mean, you see what he got? We had 11 touchdowns and 10 picks. Terrible, yes. So
trash,
not good. And then his passing completion was under 60%. I mean, he only threw for 2,877 yards. And like you said, he got sacked 62, 65 times. So, yeah. They had a big loss in free agency, and then they do have a problem in the secondary, but fucking J.C. Horn can't stay healthy, bro. Defense was dead last. I mean, this team was almost dead last in every fucking thing. 31st in average scoring margin, 31st in touchdowns per game. They were 32nd in points per game. They were tied 30th in sacks per game. They were 30th in sacks percentage. They was 32nd in total yards. I mean, they're on a third head coach. You know what? It was Ron. They let go of him. They had who was it? Frank, right? You know, the guy they got now. So it's been and then it had the dude that came from Baylor. I can't think of his name right now.
I sure can't think of it.
But it had him.
Buns.
Yeah. But I think they had 2 wins last year.
Yeah.
But I think let me say this: they ended up having 7 draft picks last year, but I think the biggest one they had was getting Zaire legit, so that should help out a little bit. They do need some help on on the O-line level, because my man was there and shit was running for his life, and they didn't even fucking get drafted one. So I don't know what their idea they was doing with that, but they definitely need to get better with that. Looking at the schedule, they go to New Orleans, get Chargers, at Raiders, Cincy, at Chicago, got Atlanta, Washington, at Denver, New Orleans Giants. You got a bye week in week 11. You got Kansas City, Tampa Bay, at Philly, Dallas, Arizona, at Tampa, at Atlanta. Bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I said these guys could probably win four and a half games. 2 games. I mean, it's a 2-game difference, 3-game difference, but I think they still probably have a top 5 pick next year.
Yeah.
Probably top 3. But I think top 5 for sure. I think next year they probably need to go in looking for, depending on, I think they'll probably go more offensively. I think defensively it depends what's the fuck they're looking at, but I think they probably need to get a new quarterback, because I don't think Bryce Young is the guy anyways.
Nah.
Too small. I don't think he's talented enough. I don't think he's talented enough to even carry this team. But I think 4.5 wins is good
generous
enough. You know, I think the worst team in the NFL will probably be the Giants. So I think they'll have a better record than the Giants at least. I think they'll probably go 4-13.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4-13. So yeah, I mean, I have to say that for sure.
Which is crazy, because now you got Daniel Jones, that fat ass contract, and they could be the sorriest motherfuckers out here in the motherfucking league.
I don't think Daniel Jones will go do anything, especially what we saw. I mean, the clips I saw on Hard Knocks, they were saying like, oh, like, you know what, Saquon going now, it's Daniel Jones time, which is no, it's definitely not.
Hell, it'll never be that man. So I'm sorry, he's about to be in the same boat as Trey Lance for me.
Yeah, I mean, Trey Lance never really was up there, but Daniel Jones, for him to get paid $40 million a year is
malarkey.
It's crazy,
bogus.
Though. It's crazy.
I'd rather get that money to Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jameis would probably do a better job for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think my order may change, but I definitely got New Orleans favoring in the division. I think it's like I got New Orleans. I think New Orleans, Atlanta, Tampa, and then Panthers. But I think this could 3 teams in the division could probably make the playoffs. But I think the Saints will probably be the ones to make it. Mm-hmm. See how the Atlanta is with Kirk Cousins. I like to believe in Baker, but I need to see it again on a consistent basis. And then obviously we know what the Panthers in the rebuild mode, so we don't expect too much out of them.
Right, like Michael Beasley says, man, it's fine that you can do it, but can you do it again?
Exactly.
So,
that's
a quote that once I heard him say that, I said, that's tough. You gotta live by that, man. You gotta live something like that. That's a good mentality to have.
Yeah, man. But any final thoughts with this division, man?
I think it's gonna be one of the more bottom. Last season it was more like one of the worst divisions, but it was like one of the like more gritty.
The last couple of years, especially when Brady last year.
Gritty. It's very gritty. This season it may be a little bit more of a.
It might be a little bit more competitive.
Yeah, but it may be a little bit more of a gap in my opinion. I don't know who's gonna be at the top. To be honest, it could be either one.
You could be anybody besides the Panthers.
Yeah, they fuck them. But yeah, man, that's gonna be tough. Man.
All right, so that is it for our NFC South Division preview. Next week we'll be doing the AFC West. So we got the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Denver, and the motherfucking Raiders. The Raiders. Yeah. So that being said, if you hearing this, watching this, please follow us everywhere. All our descriptions is down below. Like this podcast, follow us, like, share, and do what you got to do. Spread some love. We will be sending shorts out, so y'all make sure y'all watch those
for sure.
That's all I got.
Yes, sir.
All right, it's the end of episode 102, and your boys is out.
Yes, sir.